some weeks later, after all the rest of the stuff that came before in the last two videos. Me, I'm just out here to visit the hoopoes and the ducks and to get my minimal mile in for the day here on the 180 fragment. What I kind of wanted to show you here was that somebody's been around with a bulldozer and a can of spray paint clear back there, half a mile and more to the oasis. There's these spray painted marks on the line, well, the edge of the westbound lane of the 180 fragment. No idea why anyone would take the trouble, but it did sort of make it nicer, because before they spray painted, they cleared out a lot of the crap that was piled up along the road, and in fact in places like this almost completely blocking this lane of the abandoned road. So you can walk up a little closer to the Cienega. There's some of the leftovers and the terminus of the pile, I guess. Some of this might well be remains of this part of the bash gate, the side opposite to the bash. I really can't imagine why anyone took the time, although if I had to guess, I'd say they're gonna plan to lay some utility line down through here, and the first step in that project was just wiping out what had grown over and covered everything up. When I first came through here, I thought maybe they were planning on reinstalling the gate in a more effective way, but it's pretty clear that this isn't new, and in fact that they might have been actually in the process of tearing down this part of the gate with their bulldozer and whatnot. The planning lines here continue right on through the bash gate, so again, I really got no clue what they're up to. Sorry about the wind. Oh, right. It's high time we got caught up. I think it's been about 3 weeks or so. Not counting the writing, which I have been more than daily in my spilling. Quite virtuous. But on the video side, it's been maybe 3 weeks, and I'm definitely feeling of a mood to fix that and not let it be that long again for a while. At least not until that big transcontinental Seattle trip in June. To celebrate the man and 60 years. Not me. Hell, I passed that part of the tracks a long time ago. Anyway, I have turned the 180 fragment into a regular walk of exactly a mile. But to keep it down to a mile, of course, I do have to drive there. It would be something like 4 to walk that thing in a round trip, which I'm not against. It's just a matter of time. And effort spent. So this little walk, this flood wall walk that I've been doing, this ramps things up to about 1.5 miles. But the real advantage is that I don't have to drive to it. It's 1.5 miles from my front door, and I can do the whole thing on foot. And it's still reasonably pleasant and reasonably people free, more importantly. The long time Patreons and other viewers will notice, of course, where we are. That's the transfer station there. Those are the White Mountain Apache Railroad tracks as opposed to the BNSF. And over there is where we first made it all the way down to the river on this side. The way things went down was that I posted my last video, like I said, 3 weeks ago, maybe a little closer to a month. And this was all in the midst of rounds of company. But more importantly, I was having some infrastructure issues at the house. And in the course of dealing with all that, I kind of lost the plot when it came to making videos. I've got at least 1 or 2 days worth of hard work to get things back in shape with my plumbing and my drains, my water, my running water utility, and my running water leaving the property utility. The weather's shooting up to about 80 during the day, most days. Still backsliding just a little bit from time to time. But the freezing at night is pretty clearly over with. Nighttime lows bunching up into the 40s. Over there, where you see those little lights, that's where the muffler shop used to be. And the building went up pretty fast, and it turned out to be greatly disappointing, but maybe I'll check that box officially in some other video. Suffice to say, it was neither a Sprouts nor a Natural Grocers or anything else useful to the local population, at least to the local population called me. I'm definitely squeezing it till the eagle grins, now that there are a few eagles. A few Jacksons floating around. I have this new little budget that I've put together, and right across the top of it, it says in big bold letters, "Stop buying shit." I'll have a little bit of gloss on that, posting soon at the Daily Spill, verter.com/spill. On the other .com, the anaprim.com, things have slowed right down, as they did at the end of January, and they have stayed slowed down. But hey, if you're looking for the best available organic coffee, there you go.